Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Let's Play Tales of Zestiria. And it has actually been a few days. Yes. I've had a lot of stuff to edit and process. I've had like 5 hours worth of Metal Gear. I've had a good few hours of this. Also live streamed it once, like figuring out how to do it without being able to do it on the PS4, because yes, due to licensing issues, they haven't said what the licensing issues are. They've basically shut down all of the PlayStation 4's share play options. Of course, if anyone's got any kind of capture card, that doesn't mean shit, because you can still record it and you can still live stream it. The only limit on that would be a PC, which isn't strong enough to do it, which mine, fortunately, is only just good enough. Although I do have to have some limits on it. I can't record it as I would want, because I have to like limit the frames to 25, have it about 2.5 megabyte upload speed. Well, I would have preferred about 3, but hey. Ironically, it's probably better quality than when I stream through the PS4. Food for thought in the future. The main problem with that is getting the audio commentary, because the headset I'm recording with now, I have to increase the volume post recording this to an almost ridiculous amount. So when you're actually like live streaming this way, you're about this loud and it's not really all that good. Yeah, either way, let's speak to this guy. Dad says we're going to hang around in Lady Lake until the bridge gets mended. It'll be tough being away from home for this long, but try and bear it as best you can, okay? Brother and sister. What kind of other Hellions are there out there, you think? Beats me. I could do without encountering turtle Hellions, though. I bet their shells would be a tough nut to crack. I say we go talk to some of these town folk. In a place this big, it won't take us long to find out what we need to know. So, basically, run around, talk to random people. I've actually been around and, well, I went outside and just ran around, did a little bit of grinding. I managed to level up once, which takes a long time, because you get like 30 or 40 XP. And you need like 1,200 to level up at the moment, so that's only going to get worse. You do most of your leveling through killing bosses, so I probably want to make sure the characters are alive at the end of the battle. Even if I have to like almost one-on-one the boss until the end. Because if they start to fall behind, they can fall behind quite badly. I would expect. Got a few more battle actions, nothing spectacular, but a few. Anyway, it's been a while since I've passed through these parts, but the last time I was here, there sure wasn't any talk about a plague. You hear all kinds of nasty rumours these days. You've heard about the plague in Marland. My aunt lives there. I sure hope she's okay. I probably didn't pronounce that Marland thing right. It's not Marliand or something, Marliland. Who knows? I'm not one for complaining when business is good, but it makes me uneasy with all this fighting going on. But I makes me uneasy. Yeah, I think that was supposed to have been an it, not an I. It's just like my father always used to say, son, war gives a weaponsmith a heavy pocket and a heavy heart too. I can see that.
Done.
Ooh, mango sorbet. No, I ironically bit my lip yesterday, so I might be speaking with a little bit more of a lisp. We really pushed the boat out for that festival. The aim now is to stay within our budget as best we can. Ah, so you ate a lot of sweet fish. Grandma, when can we eat smoked salmon again? Oh, it was close. Smoked salmon. Not exactly cheap. Did you see Lady Maltron at the Sacred Blade Festival? She always looks so stunning. I certainly hope to grow up to look like her one day. I'm sure you do. Ah, that absolutely sure. I also have to stop this habit I have of suddenly speaking quietly like this, like I'm mostly mumbling to myself, because it really doesn't come along well on the recording. Is that Nephail? Nephail? He was made Archbishop immediately after Bartolo was appointed Chancellor. It's said that he's Bartolo's right-hand man now. Ah, so he got into a position of power and started surrounding him with people he knew either he could trust or were on his side. Yeah, the more I hear of this Bartolo guy, the more I'm thinking he's really not going to be an ally. I hope he'll be alright over there. He told me with this proud look on his face that he wanted to show me he had what it takes to become a true knight. I don't love him just because he's a knight, though. Ah. I don't know what's over there, but, yeah. Don't know what's over there. Something useful? Maybe it's a coliseum of some kind. In games like this, always have some kind of coliseum. Already talked to that guy. Already talked to quite a few of those. The Sparrow Feathers wish you well. It's nice of you. Oh, you're the one who was having problems at the festival, right? Yeah. Not so much anymore. Don't really think there's going to be anyone down there. Could check. No. So let's run back to the Naval District and see if Elisa has anything new for me. Wait, I came from I came from there, so let's not bother. Let's go to the Lakeside outside the aqueduct.
And that'll do it.
Strawberry waffle? Oh, Serene. You know, if this wheel here was to stop turning, a lot of folks would be in a bind. So I have to check up on it every day like this. Yeah, I'm sure that's the reason. Maybe at night when no one's here, you could like go out and paint it. Big swirly swirl on it. Hypnotize people. Wonder if that would increase the amount of Gorkas. Probably. Ooh, who's this?
There's. Now I've grasped this areas quite well.
Not expecting that.
Watch it. There's someone suspicious afoot.
Is it a turtle hellion?
The hell's you mean, Turtlz hellion? I'm just a Turtlz.
Turtles? So wait a minute. Are they seraphim?
Turtles are turtles. Can't you tell from looking at us?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, brave new world that has such turtles in it.
Ain't yous ever seen a Turtles before?
No.
What are you, some bumpkins?
Uh-huh.
Well, lucky for yous guys, we Turtles are a forgiving bunch.
Oh, you know.
Well, thank you.
You guys sure are kind.
Of course! The big-heartedness of the Turtles is proportional to the size of our shells.
And what were you doing here?
I'm making maps for our purposes.
Oh, maps!
Come to think of it, we don't have any decent maps. The one in the Celestial Record is quite old.
Yous guys sure are reckless. Says, can I sells you some of my maps? They're chock full of useful informations.
Thanks. It's a big help.
Yeah, it is a big help. But I don't really think the real turtles, because that shell looks more like a backpack than anything else. Okay.
Thank yous. I'm darn pleased that you bought my maps.
You've brought a map of adventure from the Turtlz. These maps will add more geographical information to your world map. Since they're written from a turtle's point of view, there may be some discrepancies, but you should be able to get a rough location. I've read that wrong. I'm a failure. Oh well. If you're ever lost, track down a Turtlz in the nearest town and try purchasing their map. even if you're not lost, getting all of them would probably be useful. I got this area covered. I have. It's not going to let him get away. Not going to let who get away? I heard from the plumber over there that there's an ancient ruin underneath this town. Give me the willies, honestly. Give you the willies, does
I
it?
think that went pretty well.
I actually made something which wasn't a black blob. Hey, mister, is it true those merchants coming and going from the palace have some kind of connection with the council? Merchants coming and going from the palace? Can't say I've seen any merchants coming and going from the palace. But I'll keep my eye out. Is it just me, or is the water in the lake beginning to bubble? No, ignore me. I think all this worry is going to my head. I'm not sure if it's bubbling, but shimmering maybe? Although that's a scary thought. The water is bubbling and a huge monster's going to pop out of it. That'd actually be pretty cool. A nice like optional boss fight. I cannot tell you how joyful I am at seeing the festival this year. Everything's been so gloomy recently. We need a spot of fun. Hopefully it'll be more than a spot. Look, the guy's notorious for taking, 40 winks, but he's always back when his shift's up. It better not be another accident. I'd rather not get screamed at by Chancellor Barthrow again. The boss said not to worry about it, but I'm still not 100% convinced. Hell, it's like a labyrinth down there. We'd probably go look for him. He didn't respond when the roll call was taken. You don't think he's still down there in the waterway, do you?
An underground waterway. Sounds worth looking into.
So one of them hasn't returned yet. Wonder if he's okay.
Something up with the waterway? Don't you think? And I had the timing of that awful. It's like something wrong with the waterway, don't you think? I should probably read it in my head before I speak it, but where would be the fun in that? You can't laugh at me for being silly. And of course, if you're not being silly in one of these videos, what is the point? You do them for fun. Sure seems that way. I'm worried about the worker who went missing. Could be just a mishap, but I'm betting a Hellion is involved. Either way, it definitely sounds worthwhile to investigate down there. A new area to fight. Possibly slightly stronger enemies which don't give much more XP. But hey, who knows. People say there's a set of doors in the waterway imprinted with the royal crest. But that's the kind of thing you're always hearing about in ghost stories, right? Every night, the spirit of a prince who starved to death locked up in his old tower is seen wandering down the corridors. That kind of thing. Well, so there's a door somewhere in the waterway with the royal crest, and Chancellor Barthrow. Maybe I should start. Maybe I could get a nickname, Chancellor Batshit Insane. Nah, he hasn't shown himself to be insane yet. But if he does, one inkling of being slightly crazy, that's his new name. But yeah, he's like having people, excavate or something down there. So maybe he wants whatever's behind that door. And who just happens to have a knife with the royal crest? Wanna bet this knife is going to be useful again? That's why you didn't give it back to her. Oh, downloadable skits. My downloadable content. Yeah, if you didn't know, if you get the free DLC, it doesn't automatically appear in your items menu. You have to use it from the downloadable content. Not yet. I want to have the characters before I start doing this, because I don't want to have a skit where I haven't got the character for it. I've also done some, I wouldn't call it crafting, it's enhancement. You have two of the same thing and you can combine them.